Hi everybody, welcome to spring Meridian Yoga practice, focusing on our liver and gallbladder myofascial pathways, the meridians associated with the spring, growth, renewal, coming up from the darkness of the restorative winter time. Spring is young, it's getting the energy moving. We're also dealing with this idea of liver excess, so trying to lighten everything up through our meals, perhaps exploring fasting or other ways of just allowing your body to adjust and align to the new season. So let's start in a supported virasana, sitting on a block. You can tuck the block underneath your pelvis. You want to be on the tops of your feet. So we're grounding in here through Liver 3, which is right on the top of each foot in between the first and second toes. And we're going to start with our sound purification. So we'll inhale, and then the sound for the liver is ah, really deep. Try to imagine concentrating the sound through your abdomen. So make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. You feel really supported under your pelvis, you're nice and level. You can find the lotus mudra in your lap. And then let's inhale together, filling up the lungs all the way from the bottom. Take a moment in between. Try to relax your shoulders. 2 more. Really concentrating your energy deep in the abdomen. All right, last one. And follow the sound, the vibration in the body. It's coming in through your breath practice now. We'll work on emphasizing the exhalation in this practice. So the liver and the diaphragm, enjoy the exhale, reset, like letting all the air out every time, like you're squeezing a sponge and you want to get all the dirty water out. So we're rinsing the organs. We also practice more twists and binds in this practice to move the chi, the side body chi, the gallbladder chi, and then also to rinse the liver. So we can do a couple just sighs. Hold the breath on the exhale. And then notice when you breathe in again, the diaphragm softens. Let's try that again. Out the nose this time. Just exhale. Knit the belly in. Pull the belly in. You can also bring some awareness to your pelvis on that exhale breath when you fully let everything go. What happens with the liver and gallbladder pathways getting tight is it starts to affect pelvic tilt. So anytime you can become aware of keeping your pelvis really nice and supported, neutral underneath your ribs and your shoulders. So we'll do one more full breath in. Exhale everything. Knit the belly in, scoop the tailbone. Again, pranayama practice just to define and explore these ideas of prana as a movement in the body, the diaphragm as the pump for the prana, and then the posture is to really hone and refine where we send it. That's why it's nice to always begin with breath awareness. Just try to keep your temple clean through diet and rest and thoughts, and then prana can really sparkle around and shine everything up. So let's come off of the block now from supportive virasana. You can keep the block nearby. We might be coming back to it as a way to bring the ground up to us, especially if you have longer legs than arms. Usually that's usually the case, unless you have really long arms. You can take off any layers you might have, your socks or your sweater. Let's just come into a downward dog now. Focus on breath. And this beautiful gift of a new day, practicing yoga. So we move from the winter time, which is this beautiful back body pathway, the bladder meridian. You can still do some little checks in on your winter meridians, even through the sequence. Everything is supported and connected. Walking your hands back to your feet. So we'll do a little yang activation here, tapping the myofascial pathways, and we'll start with the bladder meridian. So the Achilles tendons with your fists, you can think about energizing through your pinky toes, spreading your big toe away from your pinky toe, spreading all your toes out, and then work your way up, taking your time. Work your way up below the calves, bladder 57, bladder 58 in there. It's a really good point for the feet, like varicose veins, and also just circulation in general through the feet. And then when you come up into the calves, you can really kind of spread things out. Come a little bit onto the side body too. Gallbladder fascia. Be gentle. The backs of your knees, you can just use your open palms there. Back to fists as you come up into the hamstrings now, and really use a little bit more pressure here, a little bit more rapid movements, a lot of energy in those hamstrings, and then start to roll up, keeping your chin tucked. You can spend a little time on the IT band there. Gallbladder 31. Spend some time, and then find your sacrum and your glutes. Just pound in there, right on the sacrum too. It's a way to shake up anything that's stuck on the bone there, any tension there, up the back, and the side body. Gallbladder 25 in there. You can use your knuckles. And then as you open up, bring your feet together, and we'll interlace the arms together overhead. Left thumb on top, Kali Mudra. Take a breath in, and then go into your side body stretch. Bending to the right, breathing into the left side body. Now we'll do 5 breaths. Try to keep your face soft, your legs strong. Every breath in, you're lifting. Every breath out, you're bending a little bit more. Keep your palms together. Come up on an inhale, squeeze. And then pull your hands through heart center for a moment. Just stand in your Tadasana. Observe. Maybe you notice the bird song or other cues from nature signaling spring air, maybe the fresh air. Preparing to switch sides, bringing your right thumb over your left. Squeeze up. Think about zipping everything up through your kidney pathway. Squeeze through the kidneys. And then side bend to the left. Every breath in, you can reach a little more. Every breath out, you can bend more deeply. Legs strong. Arms strong. And then you're just channeling breath. You could even drop the left arm down. Keep it squeezed in. And just reach out through your opposite arm. Come up. Exhale, hands, heart center. Good. Now let's think about tapping up through the crown of gallbladder here, the constellation of gallbladder points that move through the temporalis, the hairline. So we think about bladder as the inner eyes and the top of the head, and then gallbladder is just alongside of that in line with the pupils. So you can find gallbladder up here and then through the temporalis, the temples, even into the ears a little bit there, or triple warmer connection. Now, really powerful point is shoulder well at the top of the trapezius muscle, gallbladder 21. So you can use your fists again, opposite hand to opposite shoulder, and just try to send some of the energy down. Relaxing the shoulders down. You can close your eyes. And switching sides. Just pay attention to this tension even off the mat as you go about your day. Try not to look down a lot. Try not to crunch the shoulders up. Pay attention to your posture. And then another really powerful point, even just working this point all spring long before bed, is gallbladder 20. So bladder 10 is right on the edges of the spine at the occiput, and then gallbladder 20 is just alongside. You could even follow from gallbladder 21, like in that tissue, pull it up the spine. Stretch the trapezius out, coming in one side at a time. The best way is if you can get your fingers in there, really strong pressure, and then send the base of your skull back like you're sitting on your fingers. You can do this in Shavasana, or anytime you're on your back, just focus on these points. It'll send the chi down, stop the rising energy, that sky energy of the gallbladder. So when you're all finished with meridian activation, tapping, finding these points, coming into some connection with the energies, the fascia, smart, the body's brain, everything's connected. We'll come back to the back of the mat and start with some sun salutations. So inhale as you open the spine, looking up. Exhale as you fold. You can walk your hands out. Let's practice our chaturanga now. Into our upward facing dog. Again, on the tops of the feet, liver 3. Back to down dog. Top of the mat, follow your breath. Inhale to exhale, you fold. Inhale, you rise. Exhale, you fold. Lengthen out. And step back. Shoulders over wrists, pull the heart up. Inhale. And exhale. Deepen your down dog. Inhale, top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Hands, heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale. And step back. Top of the mat. Fold. Rise. Hands, heart. And fold. And when you step back, think really strong center, like that stomach and spleen meridian. Just following breath. If you want to jump back, you're always welcome to make these a little more yang, maybe spring up, and then fold. Hands, heart. Be jumping back. feeling the heat that we're creating. Already really feeling the heat. Let's do a couple more. Just on your breath. Exhale. Fold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, make space. Exhale, fold. And deepen downward dog. Even if you don't have time for a full practice every morning, do some sun salutations. And getting the energy moving. Now let's step our left foot up. Warrior one. Inhale, rise. Exhale, deepen. You find Kali Mudra here. Right thumb over left. Squeeze. Deepening breath. Now open up. Vira 2. Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, reverse. And side plank on the right hand. Coming back. Maybe a wild thing. And flow. Right foot up. Warrior one. Left thumb over right thumb. Kali Mudra, zip it up. And open up. Vira 2. Just to explore a little more liver. Inhale, reverse. Vashisthasana, left hand grounds. You can step back. A wild thing. Maybe your full chakrasana. Otherwise, working on a wild thing. Letting the head go back. Letting the breath open. And flow. Deeper breaths. When you're ready, top of the mat. Rise. And Tadasana, close your eyes. And the liver loves when we close the eyes and we go inside. Now there's a very sacred relationship between the liver and the heart. Shen and the Hun. So we want to balance that creative force, that drive with our compassion and our ultimate wisdom. There's also a relationship between diet and excessive consumption of things, and then the liver takes away from kidney's nutritive source and then steals from the heart. So then the heart becomes weak, the liver becomes strong, and the kidneys start to get depleted. So we can balance more of that out, either strengthen more of the kidneys, do restful yin practices that really harmonize the yin, the kidneys, or we can send more of the liver's energy into the heart. So really the key way to do this is through the pericardium. Pericardium and the liver are the emotional guardians. So not repressing emotions, but expressing them, embodying them. So we'll come into our revolved Utkatasana. Toes together. You can open up a little space between your heels so your bones aren't jamming into each other. We're going to go pretty deep into this variation. So it's more like a noose pose than Utkatasana. So just sit way, way back. Try to go as deeply as you can, and then cross your right shoulder outside of your left knee. You want to touch your shoulder to your knee as best as you can. Keep your knees in line. Now here's where you can reach for a block if your hand does not touch the floor. Keep squeezing the legs together as you sink deeper. Breathe right into the liver, right side body. And then just keep reaching up through this left arm. The wrist crease, pericardium, and then the back of the shoulder, small intestine, and triple heater. If you need a break, you can fold forward for a moment. You can shake the spine out, and then try to come back in. Sink deep, twist, and then go for it. Imagine the more you squeeze, and emphasize your exhale, the more you can get into that liver. Now we'll split the feet apart. Malasana. Coming in through the liver, the inner legs. Let yourself find your breath here. Pressing the palms together, and then imagine back to gallbladder 21. Send the energy down. I'll release. You can lengthen the tailbone up, toes come in, heels come out. Bring your left foot forward, send your right knee back, Anjaneyasana. Now from your low lunge, reach your right arm up as you inhale. And then exhale, cross the body again. Twist, twist, twist. Shoulder to your knee. Help your left leg. You can press your left knee in toward your spine. Now this might be enough. Keeping the right knee down. Try to lift up from the center of the chest. Heart up, sternum up. Another thing you can do is bind. If this left hand drops to the right hip crease, you can find your fingers there. You could find your wrist there. Hook in. Find pericardium 6. And then keep your drishti. Gazing above you. Maybe even closing the eyes if you can keep your balance. Close your eyes. And then just imagine each breath massaging the liver, everything on the right side. If you're keeping your knee down, keep the top of your foot down. So you can smush in through liver 3. If you want to compress it even further, tuck the toes and then lift the right knee off the mat. When you release, come out inside of the left foot now. Take a couple breaths in lizard, either on the wrist crease or on the forearms. If you can get down to the forearms, you can transition through dolphin pose. And then press up. We'll all meet up in downward dog. Making our way through a flow. Spread the fingers out. Move the energy. You can close your eyes in down dog. When you're ready, come to the top of your mat. Deepen your fold. Rising up. Again, Tadasana. Tadasana. Focus on breath. Alignment, come through your pelvis, your shoulders. See if you can shine a little more through your sternum. Beautiful. Let's revolve Utkatasana the other way. So sinking back, sink, 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 sink. Guide your left shoulder to your right knee. And sink even more deeply. Squeeze your knees together, sink deep, and then reach. Practice your bandhas here. Maybe someday you could even bind around. Again, if you need to take a break, find your breath. Soften your face and then go back in. Even through this rinse, we're also moving a lot through the side body, the neck, the jaw. Release Malasana. You can work some acupressure points on the conception vessel. You can come in between the clavicles there, CV22, CV17, on the sternum. And rediscover your breath. And then start to send the energy down. You can release. Lengthen the legs. Bring your right foot underneath your pelvis, your right shoulder, and then come down into your low lunge. Inhale, left side. Exhale, twist. And again, you decide. If your knee down is enough, you can drive the right knee into the left arm, into the heart, or you can bind, drop your right hand to your left hip crease, and then hook in. Always trying to keep your sternum lifted. And then let your breath guide you. If your neck gets really tight, there's a lot of chi movement there, you can relax it. Maybe bring the gaze down. And release lizard. Coming inside of the right foot now. Another way you can explore that connection to the heart is through reverse wrist stretch here, pulling some energy back, or coming down onto the heart points through the elbows. Keep your gaze steady, your breath steady. And as you're ready, transition, either dolphin or downward dog. That's where we'll meet up. And working through a vinyasa. Let's walk to the back of our mat. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, hands, heart center. Stepping your right foot forward. Parsvottanasana, pyramid. You can spread your toes. You can think about liver 3. You can bend into your right knee. If your hamstrings are pretty tight, meditate on a nice level pelvis and then go for it. Coming down over your right leg. You can find some acupressure here back into the bladder. Pathways, bladder 57 and 58, right below the calf. Right in the middle, bladder 57, and then on the outer edge, 58. So you can hug in there. You can also find wrapping around the back leg, just interlacing your fingers around that calf. Now as you're ready, revolving Ardha Chandrasana. Bend your right knee over your right ankle and then lift your left leg up as high as you can. And twist. Pull the right shoulder back. See if you can look up at your right hand. If you want to go a little deeper, maybe you can bind around your right leg, or just stay in reach before landing in a variation of half hero. So come on to hero's pose with your left leg grounding in through liver 3, and then send your right leg long. You can stay lifted, working a little bit more. Try to keep your left toes down liver 3 connection. You can also bring your block in close by for support. See if you can reach back for your right leg. You can also practice melting down with this half hero, half saddle. If it's too much, stay and work on deepening lizard. So coming down onto your forearms and walking your right knee back. You can bring your forearms to the mat. You can bring a block to your forehead. Going in a little bit more here. Walk your right knee back. See if you can get your forehead to a block or the floor. Now coming up into strong lizard, bringing your right knee up off the floor. Right hand centers Vashisthasana with a variation here, reaching up for the left knee. Stomach, spleen points there. Lift the heart there. We drop the head back. And release. Vinyasa, knees, chest, chin. And then come into full cobra practice. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the back body. And release. Downward dog. And walking back to your feet. Shake the spine. And then rise up. Tadasana. Parsvottanasana, left foot forward, right toes out. Gather the root system. If you want to, hands to the deep back. Reach the heart up. And fold. Again, acupressure for bladder pathways. '57, right beneath the gastrocnemius. 58, on the outer edge. You can massage in circles. You can even catch bladder 63 on the outer ankle. When that side feels a little more open, reach back, catch behind the right leg. Revolving Ardha Chandrasana. And right foot up and forward. Lizard, reverse wrist stretch, or start to walk the left knee back and come down. Even in stillness, meditating on the pathways, energetically finding them, allowing the breath to nourish the entire body. Letting the exhales deepen. Always closing the eyes as a way to nurture the liver. When you're ready to press up, find your strong lizard. Shoulders over wrists, fingers spread out wide, pressing the left knee up, guiding the left hand in line with that back foot, and then reaching up for your variation. Maybe dropping all the way back into your wheel one more time. You can lift the heels, connecting with liver 3. And then making your way back again, knees, chest, chin. Ground. Knees wide, hook the toes together, practicing full cobra. Let's press back to a child's pose. We'll come up to all fours. If you need a block for Virasana, you can sit on a block, connecting in through liver 3. Just staying seated, coming back through your pelvic tilt, your breath. If you want to go a bit deeper, come off of the block. Sitting back between the feet, you can stay here. You bring the arms back. You can rest back in the arms a little, or you can come all the way down. We'll work on some acupressure for the liver here, liver 14. Right on the front ribs. Try to send your diaphragm up into your fingers. If you want one more here, some good. Sending the chi down again, gallbladder 20. Strong pressure, deep pressure. Bring your chin toward your chest. You might be able to sense all of that tension around the forehead and the temples dissolve. Shoulders down the back. This is a really good one to do before bed. We'll come up. Now keep your right leg just as it is. bringing your left heel into your right hip crease. Now options, you can stay here, just cupping your left foot with your right hand firmly gripping on liver 3, or you can bring your right arm across the body, grounding your right palm into the floor with your left knee, and then binding around for liver 3. So stretching the wrist, pericardium, and then connecting to the liver through the big toe. You could also stay there if that's feeling good. If that's too hard, lengthen your right leg out. Bring a block to support this left leg. See if you can get the bind. From there, over time, you could remove the block using your right hand to press down liver pathway, liver and gallbladder pathways. And this right leg can come long. We can all meet up here. So we'll work into a fold over our right leg. So again, keep the bind if you have the bind. Lengthen out long over your right leg. You could bring a block to your forehead. Let your breath find the pressure of your left heel. Maybe go in a little deeper if you're on the block. You can drop it down a level. Really full, really deep breaths. If your mind is really wandering, close your eyes. Meditate on the liver. Now coming up, bring this left foot to the outside edge of your right leg. Now bend your right leg, coming into a seated twist here. You can hug the left knee in toward the center of your body, or you can bring your right shoulder in front of this leg, maybe bind underneath the left leg. See how much you can fill up that right side. Deepest exhales. And then releasing your twist. You can bring the bottoms of the feet together here just a moment in your Baddha Konasana. You can round. You can bring the feet in closer. Walk the tailbone up here. Maybe little flutters through the legs. And then when you're ready, half hero, half virasana. Bringing your right heel in. Crossing the left arm over. Find your liver 3. Your right foot. You can stay, or you can adjust. Bring your left leg long, practicing half lotus, working on finding the bind, working the right knee to the floor or to a block. Drawing most of your awareness to the exhale. Channel the exhale. And we'll fold. And keep the bind. If you ever need to adjust something, you can always let your intuition be your guide. When you come up, ground the right foot to the floor, bend the left leg, finding your twist, and hug in. I'm going to work on finding the bind. Every exhale, full and complete. Now go ahead and release, coming into a halasana, plow posture. And from our plow, we will also be exploring a shoulder stand with full Padmasana. So with our full lotus. So halasana, bringing your hands to the base of your spine, like Ustrasana. And just try to imagine this really strong connection with gallbladder 21 and the shoulders. And keeping the chin into the chest. Just watching your breath. You could find gallbladder 25 here, acupressure on the side body. If you want to press up into Sarvangasana, when you feel ready.
And you can keep the legs long, working more stomach and spleen energy, or try to come in and catch your lotus. And just make sure you're resting more on that trapezius shoulder blade than any of your cervical vertebrae. When you're ready to come back out, you can roll
down on each section of your spine. And wrapping your left leg around your right. Supine twist with Garudasana legs. You can guide your right hand to your left side body. Try to relax the gallbladder pathway at the hairline. And switch. Right leg over, knees to the left. Every exhale, you're just letting something soften and going deeper into your relaxation. Every exhale, you sink a little deeper, so that by the time we reach Shavasana, we feel really open. If you want to, find gallbladder 20 again with the fingers, just like a little stand. You can bring the feet wide and connect the knees together for a couple breaths there. Just really sending that gallbladder chi down. If you want to relax the legs, you can also bring a block into gallbladder 20 there. Just keeping the chin into the chest. And you could even do like the subtlest little massage, left to right, if you're on a block. You should really be able to feel that spread through the hairline and just above the eyebrows and all the way around the gallbladder pathway. You can come off the block as you're ready. You can even use the backs of the hands as a support, little pedestal there. If you have time to work on more trapezius stretching, getting in there, you can come up to an easy seat and work on that. You can roll over onto your left side now, the side of revitalization, coming into spring. And then pressing up. You can sit on your block or just work on your full or your half Padmasana, Ardha Padmasana, half or full lotus. And then again, just pinching the trapezius there. Keep that awareness. Open up this pathway. Should feel really nice and open. The whole head might feel really light. So you're always welcome to pause this video if you want a little time to deepen your practice. Otherwise, we'll gather our hands heart center, dedicate. And we say the prayer for universal peace. Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We welcome the beauty of spring and all of its lessons. Continue to practice. Stay healthy and strong. I'll see you soon. Namaste.